Good evening, leading ladies. If you don't already know me, my name is Della Mack, and I'm your facilitator for this group. I am a leadership development consultant and career strategist. And again, tonight we have a wonderful guest, Courtney Scurry, who is the founder of KME Consulting Company. I'll let her introduce herself to you guys.
Perfect. Thank you, Della. I just want to start by saying thank you so much for the opportunity to be a part of such a great movement. And as she mentioned, I'm Courtney Scurry. I'm a certified public accountant here in the Charlotte area. And I originally graduated undergrad from University of South Carolina and then did grad school at Georgia State University. And yeah, so I'm here. Been here since about 2015. Yep, since about 2015 in the Charlotte area, and I'm just growing, and I'm a new mom, about a year old. Just turned a year old, so that's a little bit about myself.
Thank you, Courtney. It's a pleasure to have you on, and you know what? Thank you for joining us. We're gonna get right into it. First question, tell us a little bit more about where you are currently and basically how you started KME. Let us know the details.
Cool, I got you. So when people ask me that question, honestly, Della, I just say simple answer. I'm exactly where God wants me to be.
Oh, praise Him.
So whether that be when I think back on things that I may have failed at, or I look back on where my life is now and I'm like, oh, this is not what I wanted it to be. But then I quickly realized that I'm not where I used to be. I'm in a better place. And God has me exactly where I need to be spiritually, mentally, and professionally. So
Yes.
From that perspective, on a professional note,
Okay.
I am currently an accounting manager here at a small startup in the Charlotte area. And then I'm CEO and owner, as you mentioned, of KME Consulting Company, which I launched last October.
Great.
A big deal for me and for my daughter, and it just brought me a lot of encouragement and took a lot of dedication to get it done. So yeah, that's where I am right now.
Tell us a little bit more about what it takes to become a accountant, managing accountant, and basically how you, were you always into the idea of entrepreneurship? What kind of sparked that?
So the first part of your question, being an accountant, a lot of education. Okay. gotta get that, the schooling behind it, and from there you just kind of got to figure out what type of accountant you want to be. Okay. Like whether that be you want to go work in corporate America, which I did. I went to a Big Four accounting firm here in Charlotte, did the corporate America thing for a couple years. I definitely enjoyed it, a lot of traveling. That was a big perk. I went to a lot of places I thought I'd never go.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I learned a lot of just about accounting in general, and you had to choose whether you want to be an auditor or a tax person. Always understood taxes, but taxes wasn't my thing. So I took the auditing route, got there, and honestly from there, it's just the people that you meet. I met so many great people. I stayed in contact with a lot of recruiters, and that actually drove me into the position that I'm in now to be working for this small startup company here in Charlotte.
Are you good? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Good. Okay. And so KME.
Perfect.
How did that come about?
Yep, KME. So my daughter, she's to blame, and KME is actually her initials, and that's where I got the name of the company from. Yep. So when I finally went back to work, around like August of last year. So I'm working, I'm doing my thing, and they immediately are like, Courtney, we need you to travel to such and such. And I'm like, no, can't do it. Like, I can't work these long hours. Like, this has to, I need a change here. So I tried to work with them for as long as I could to say, because I've been with them for so long. So I was trying to be loyal to the company, and it really wasn't much more that I felt like I could take from the company either. So I was always kind of like, I'm going to give this like 4 years, and then I'm going to reevaluate my situation, which is exactly what I did.
I love this.
So from there, I was like, you know what? I prayed on this thing, and I'm like, God, what do I need to do? So from there, I went and just did a multitude of interviews.
Okay.
On one Friday, got an interview with the company that I'm working for now. And then when I'm in there having the talks with the manager, the VP of finance that I report to, he's like, we're very flexible. We support families. We support you spending time with having a flexible schedule and spending time with your daughter and what you need to do. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. This gives me the perfect opportunity that I need to go ahead and launch KME, because long term, I've always told myself, like, I don't want to make anybody rich for the rest of my life. Like, I want
to
something for myself, and I want to leave a legacy for not only my daughter, but generations to come after that. So that's honestly where it came from. And I knew that I needed that flexibility outside of just a strict 9 to 5.
Okay. I love it.
And I've always been helping people though with taxes. I've had friends that I've helped since like 2013, 14 on their taxes, doing different things. And so it's just kind of a niche that came natural to me. So why not use what I know to make money? And something that I like to do.
That is super smart. What I do like is that you know what you needed at the time, and you went, you position yourself to place yourself in a place of flexibility and a way to lead that generational wealth.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yes, our young one. So what do you see for KME? How do you see it growing? Where are you now? Right now you're doing well in it, and you just started. Where do you see the growth occurring?
I think it'll be, I just wrote down like my professional goals.
Oh yeah, wrote it down. That's cool.
Yeah, short term, long term. And, short term, I just kind of told myself, let me get all the resources, all the information and material that I can get from the company that I'm in now. Because it's so small, I see everything, how a company is run from top to bottom. And so that's going to help me in the long run so that I can run KME from top to bottom. I can learn how to get out here and get investors if I need them, learn how to get into other venture capital situations that I may want to get into. So short term, I'm telling myself I need to get all these things in order, because long term, I want KME to be that's going to be my bread and butter.
Yes.
That's where I want to go with it. And I want to continue to, educate the community on the financial literacy and the financial freedom that we can have if, get the knowledge out there. Because not everybody knows, what to do and how to get things done. A lot of people can have money, but they don't know what to do with the money.
That's true.
And they don't know how to properly plan from, a tax perspective, or even my small business owners. Like, they're just running straight cash businesses. They're not putting money behind. They're not getting in 401ks and things of that nature. So I think that's one of the markets that I'm truly targeting.
Okay.
Small business ones who just, straight cash businesses. But long term, I see that being my bread and butter, and growing to a point where I have a lot of different small companies and just wealthy individuals that have a lot of money in different portfolios, because that's going to help me to grow. That's going to broaden my horizon and expand.
I love it. So for the audience, for people trying to, either do what you do or just succeed in general, what's a good tip? What's your number one tip for other women at this time?
Number one tip. I go back to this all the time. Put God first and be patient. Be patient with yourself. Allow yourself to have failures, because without those failures, then you wouldn't have known, from the jump if this was something that you needed to do or not.
That's true.
And, bet on yourself first. Don't bet on anybody else to jump out here and steal your idea, or you tell a friend about something and they're like, oh, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and do it. And they back out on you or something, and then you just drop the whole plan. Like, no, trust in yourself, believe in yourself, and know that there's a future for you. And if you define for yourself, what are my professional goals? What do I want my life to look like in 5 to 10 years? And once you get that, from that point, you just aim to figure out what are the steps now that I need to take to get there.
Yes. Oh, you speaking in my realm, because I preach so much about writing your goals down and making it plain. And if you understand where you're trying to go, you can set up the steps to get where you need to be. And then your confidence just continue to build, because you know what your vision is. So I'm feeling that all the way. If people want to connect with you more, share your services and where they can find you at this time.
Perfect. Yes. Please follow me on Instagram at KME Consulting. And then like our page on Facebook, it's just KME Consulting Company on Facebook. And then our website, www.kmeconsultingco.com. And we have a multitude of services. I like to call myself a hodgepodge type of company, because I didn't want to I don't want to limit myself to different things that I have and services that I can offer. So, if you have an idea and you want to start a nonprofit, you want to give back to the community, but you don't know how to get that up off the ground, that's something that I can help you with. I can help you obtain that 501c3 status that you need to get that done from the IRS, and then also help you build just a business plan behind your organization. Same thing with small businesses. If you have a small business idea you want to do and you want to get your small business legalized on paper, not just selling something out my trunk. You want to get the thing legalized and run an actual company. I help people there too. And then taxes, very important for individuals and for small businesses. I do tax planning for both. And if anyone needs any tax planning help, you just let me know. And then finally, for my just personal goals and what I like to try to get out into people is personal financial wealth, which is just budgeting and debt relief. So you need help getting some budgets done, let me know. If you need help just figuring out how can I get out of all this credit card debt? What's the best route to go? Do I consolidate? Do I fill out a program? Do I do the snowball effect? Like what do I need to do? So yeah, I help people figure that out, and then I like to just kind of label myself as a financial coach.
Okay.
Motivate people to just be the best that they can be, financially, not just mental experience, and not just putting on a show for media, like you have your stuff together financially, and that's going to take you very much so a long way.
I love it.
Just let me know if you guys need anything.
So digitally, do you operate digitally as well, like virtually, in terms of like coaching experience?
Yes. Because I have clients all over. I have clients now in DC. I have clients in Atlanta, in Texas, and California. So yeah, gotta keep it up on technology from that perspective.
Yes, you do. And I know just from interacting with some of you guys, I know you guys are wanting to be entrepreneurs, stand up a nonprofit. So if you want to do that, or you just have tax questions, I will have all her links up above. They don't have to actually remember it, because it will be posted. And at this time, do you have any last things that you want to tell the audience before we wrap it up tonight?
I'll go back to the goals, because I think goals are important. And I know you talked about, that's one of the things you talk about, your clienteleized goals. I think from a long-term perspective, and this has been out in the media now for a couple of weeks, Jay-Z's portfolio. He's a billionaire now. Yes, and they fit out, his different investments per se. So if you look at all his different investments, you see that he doesn't have all his eggs in one basket. So we as women, we as entrepreneurs, as professionals, realize that just strict 9 to 5 sometimes just won't cut it.
Sure.
Depending on the type of lifestyle that you want to have, it won't cut it. So, take the time to figure out what are 3 or 4 things that I could see myself investing in or starting a business in of some sort. You don't have to have your hands in everything. You can have someone else start it and you just invest your money in it, and that's residual income for you, and you're not lifting a finger. So once you figure that out, plan out those long-term goals. I think that's very important for people, and don't get discouraged when you get knocked off that track. You gotta get up. You gotta keep pushing, because we're gonna have so many failures. And like I said earlier, if you don't fail, how would you know whether that was the right thing for you to do? And even if you do fail, the one good thing you get out of it is, I know exactly now what not to do going forward. So yeah, that's my last little spiel for everyone.
Yes, Courtney, speak to my heart, girl. That was great. I'm gonna caveat and say as well as that we saw what could happen with the government shutdown. If we're not positioned, to have multiple streams of income, what could happen? Or we not feeding our family, or we don't have enough to make it to the next day. We don't want to put ourselves in that situation. So Courtney is the guru for this type of expertise. So definitely utilize your resources. And I just thank you again for coming on tonight. That was awesome.
Awesome. I thank you so much again for having me.
No problem. And then guys, tune in Monday through Friday, 8 p.m., the 10th through the 28th for the rest of our guests. Right now, we're going to close it out. So bye for now.